The Fry's birthday party. Everybody hosted the surprise. We gathered and were waiting his arrival. The honor has arrived, and we slide it down. I think it's too quiet. Hey, Stosh. What's going on here? We ought to have some talking. Somebody should be talking. I don't know, something up with me. Of course, it's not having it. That's the way to do it. Get it up. Who let the dog out? to work, Peggy. Sure is red in the face.
That's okay, Aunt Mark. I'll wait until family takes your cake.
Try. Show Dad what it is. Is this real icing? It's real icing, but it's not real cake. Yeah. That's icing.
Styrofoam.
Icing's good. Good.
All right, when are we going to sit him down? When's he going to open his gift? When's he going to open his gift?
After the bird leaves.
over again?
Can we do it over again? I thought that you started.
No.
Okay, guys, let's thank the Oriole Bird for coming today.
Susie, you've done a fabulous job. And you were, weren't you, right? Let me tell you something. When I come to something like this, I wish the day would never end. We know it will, but if you don't take the full advantage of a day like this, then you'll never have the opportunity again. So let's all hang in there, because a lot of people have some great things to say about the gentleman known as Mr. Pat Gardner. That's for sure. When I was asked to speak, I was most delighted. I figured it was a great opportunity, to get even, right? I got to get even with this guy because he's done some things to me that you just wouldn't believe. But I said to myself, it was too easy to tell stories. There's so many of them. And then it dawned on me, that's it. Looking for money all my life, I could write a book, a #1 bestseller at least. No kidding. And so I said, well, maybe I'll just give you a little preview here. I met Pat about 10 years ago. And you know, for the first couple of years, I didn't even know his name was Darryl. I didn't even know it. Honest to God, I'm sitting there telling you, I said, one day I saw his name on some mail, and it said, his name was Darryl. And I said, well, I'm thinking about the generation thing. My dad used to use a lot of aliases. And I said, well, it might be a generation thing, And so I let it go, So, but one day I decided I got to ask him. I said, Pat, what's up? What's up with 2 names? And he looked at me plain and simple. And my name is Darryl. No explanation or nothing. I said, oh boy, and I realized then I wasn't playing with a person with a full deck. There was just no way. This man was just off his rocker, I kind of felt sorry for him, so I hung in there with him, I said, I don't know, maybe a personality thing, a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, I didn't really know, but I said, I'll go with him. But the truth be known, we became friends quick, and it was easy to see why. Pat has only really one requirement, one theme, if you will, for friendship. When do we eat? Do you like chicken? Hey, if you're not busy tonight, why don't you come up and put a side of beef on? What's the name of that all you can eat joint on that side of town? And it goes on forever. There was really a common thing, and you know something? For me, it was easy because I love to eat too. So, I hung in there with them. And along the journey, I must tell you, as you can see, I haven't lost any weight. As a matter of fact, for the historians of the family, Pat has been on a record for the number of diets. I got it somewhere around 3,650 to be official. This guy has started a diet every day since the day I met him. And you know something? He hasn't lost any weight either. That's for sure. There are so many stories to talk about. One really has a hard time, as we heard earlier. Everybody wants to get into the stories, but the problem is we don't have a couple of decades. We only have an evening, so we have to cut them short. But the point here is that you could put any one of Pat and his adventures on those home funny videos, on television if we recorded them. Any one would fit. None of them would be rejected for sure. But you look at it, getting lost in his own basement, I thought was kind of funny. See, some of you have heard it, haven't you? It's a good one, isn't it? I tell it to every friend I ever met in my life, even the ones I don't like. And then, you know, I must say that his hunting excursions have been entertaining. The ticket for illegal camping and a rest stop would make you laugh. His multiple misadventures, his misadventures for getting something for free would definitely raise an eyebrow or two. This man's got more free stuff in the world, and I'll tell you how he gets it. I have no idea. You want to talk about the Three Stooges or whatever. He puts them all to sleep, that's for sure. But you know, it wasn't until recently, to be honest with you, that what was brought to my attention, literally my eyes bugged right out of my head. And Pat, I'll tell you something, how this story eluded me for so long, I have no idea. So I will do my best to tell it as I was told. I'm still having a hard time believing it, but I'm going to accept it as reality, that's for sure. Working the night shift one evening out on the highway, you know, I don't know if you know that Pat, he's been involved with the state highway for a good number of years. Apparently Pat had to relieve himself. And my understanding that this would need to be done in the faster than the 18 minutes that we usually time him at, okay? And so he said in order to do this, he had to go and run and jump over a concrete barrier. The Jersey barrier, if some of you don't know what it is, it's about a 3-foot-high wall. It's designed to keep traffic in. He said, no problem, I get over top of that, duck down behind those bushes in a couple of seconds, I'm done, nobody will even know. So Pat did. Got a run start, wham, right over the wall, dropped 20 foot. Guess what? Those weren't bushes, they were tops of trees. Pat, let me tell you something. I know why you haven't told me that story, because I will make it my quest to tell everybody I ever meet from here on out. My batteries have been recharged, my friend. That is something. Only Pat, that's for sure. You can never ask for a better friend or a bigger liability. He would do anything for you. But I'll tell you what, he'll try to talk you into doing it first. He responds quickly, as long as he isn't busy, and let me tell you, he is always busy. For taking him out of the game. He plays with a passion when he's paying attention. He cheers you on when he's not sleeping or snoring, which I think a few of us have seen him do. He never gives up. I think, to be honest with you, he's kind of stubborn as a mule. He reads the picture well, and he even knows her name. It's Sharon, and she wears the pants, and let me tell you, I'm tired of looking at his legs, okay? He gives the fan a show. He gives them a lot of stories, laughs, and many reasons to smile. He maintains his field with if you've ever been to his house, with a few extra toilets and some roadway signs that I think the state's still looking for. He's always willing to, you know, to serve up some great food, and believe me, there's a lot of it. He doesn't switch hit. To be frank, it would confuse him. He doesn't switch hit, to be honest with you, because he is indeed a straight shooter. You get what you get, the sideshow masters would yell. Knowing that he couldn't always outrun the ball, he would swing hard to score the necessary runs to keep the game in check. With that approach, in my opinion, he's always won. With that approach, we've always won. If he was a Disney character, there's no doubt he'd be Dopey. And for you Little Rascals fan, he'd definitely be a Spanky. If he was involved with the Wizard of Oz, Scarecrow, step aside. That man has a problem with his brain. It doesn't matter the character he looks like, he plays like, he acts like, or even sounds like. It's important is that he plays them, or allows you, if you will, to envision them as a starring role. A true actor, maybe not as defined by the stage, but as needed in life. We all would like to roll with the punches. We all would like to make people laugh. And we all would like to get along with the ever-changing plan Live life to its fullest. Don't be so serious, if you will, etc., etc. Pat, you have done that in the short time that I've known you. I believe you acquired that ability a long time ago. I am proud to know a man who can change and adapt, a man that can overcome adversity and pitfalls. I am proud to know a man who has a heart of gold and is willing to lend it as if it was a cash machine. I am proud to know a man who cares more about happiness of others if it even means he's got to take a step back or two himself. I am proud to know a man who works hard to live up to the standard of respect and decency. I am proud to know that you are a man that has lived life like it's been dealt. I know you're not perfect. Who among us is? I know you're not a saint. Who among us is? I know you're not Mr. Goody Goodshoes. Who among us is? The bottom line, you're normal. You're an average. You're middle of the road. An average Joe, somewhere in the majority. And you know what? That's okay with me. Any other way, you would not have made it like you have. Any other way, we would not have been able to experience the things that we experienced. When you look at Pat, you see it all. No games, no baloney, no hype. Complication is not Pat. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you that he likes it simple. Easygoing, no fanfare, sort of like a simpleton. I say this in no mean spirit, but rather as a reality check. Life is too short with no promises. Let people figure out real quick and they'll have more time to spend it with you. He has called me simple many times. However, I must admit to you, it was more in an effort to make me a little bit more easier than I am. When you sit down and think about it, he's right. Simple is a way that seems much easier than what we experience as the current trend. My friend, I admire your stand and work hard to perfect my own. Thank you for allowing those that may have gotten a little behind in life to catch up. It shows that you were not in a hurry and you have nothing to prove. A lesson for many to consider. Thank you for being a friend. You are a great one indeed, and I'm honored to know you. I believe things line up in life, if you will, before they're delivered. It is likely that if you went any other way, we wouldn't have been here together. Any other way? Okay, well, with the exception of maybe like Sharon and Thomas and Susie and Scotty and Mom and Dad and had brothers and sisters, the rest of us just would not have had this opportunity. Because today we are here to witness and be blessed by a wonderful occasion. To celebrate and to wish you a very happy 60th birthday. So if you all will join with me, I'd like to propose a toast to my good friend. And may we wish him a very happy 60th birthday. Cheers. Okay, so I promise you there would be a part 2 to this whole thing. It has to happen. Hang in there. It's only one page. You'll kind of remember this, I think, Pat. I hope for days to come. I know you're a collector of many things. A little bit more than me, I think. The title of this is called The Game Ball of Life. And in case if you ever want to read it again, I actually wrote it on the ball. Okay, it took 2 balls. So maybe I should have called it The Game Balls of Life. I'm not really sure, but let's give it a try, if you will. Let me throw the first one out to you, Pat, and then I'll throw the last one when I finish it, okay? The Game Ball of Life. I carried it around for a long time, looking for others to share it with. It's all I had, or at least all I thought I had. I shaped it, I promoted it, I polished it, and on some occasions I even turned it inside out, just so I wouldn't have any doubts. I was very careful to make sure that it wouldn't come to harm, be disappointed, or even broken. My direction was always towards the big game. However, I don't know how many backlots, towns, or cities, or stadiums that I played in along the way. It was important to find someone to pitch my story, my friendship, my heart to. A catcher, I thought, would be the best bet, just in case if I was to fall. I can only think that the sun must have shined bright that day. There may have been even the smell of hot dogs in the air. I think I even heard the peanut shells crackling below somebody's feet as it echoed from left to right field. But if none of those things happened, I can only believe it was a perfect day to meet the likes of you. A perfect day that to have been blessed and to have had the encounter that I had with you. A recorded change in my life that yielded an okay to take that chance. Taking that chance would generate a friendship in which I have become very proud of, to say the least. You have done more than catch that pitch. You have swung the hickory stick that has made me run to grab those dreams. You have positioned yourself on the playing field to make those close calls, which left me knowing that it was all fair ball. You cheered on the players, even when you sat on the bench, and you used your spirit to get the fans to do the wave and the sea that varied with the winds. You had a reason, a goal, and a mission in life. And because it was simple, you became easy to get along with. It wasn't important to hit home runs, and you didn't even mind when you struck out, because you got up, dusted yourself off with every cheer, and that's what really matters. You helped me understand that what I had was all I needed. By tossing the ball, I had learned. Even if it wouldn't buy me much, I would always be rich. Even if it didn't give me power, I would always be strong. Even if it didn't guarantee me a team, I would always be complete. Even if it wouldn't make me laugh, I would always feel joy. Even if it wouldn't make me right, I would always know right from wrong. And even if it wouldn't solve my problems, I would always have a direction to move in. So much from someone who loved the game, understood the game, played the game, and cared about the game. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. It's been a great, and I thank you for taking me out to the ball game. The opportunity and experience has been record-setting and full of fanfare. My favorite part was easy to understand. It has nothing to do with winning or losing, but it has everything we're doing with playing the game. On behalf of my family, our friendship, our special relationship, and your 60th birthday, which will come on February 15th in the year 2001. I'd like to present to you the game ball, I guess, which is actually the second game ball, known as the game ball of life. He's out. Thank you.
used already, so my apologies. But that's my problem for being last. Pat, it's my turn. It's hard, 60, it's hard to believe. 60, 60, 60. Instead of giving you 60 gifts, like I gave you 50 last year, I need to say 60 times in this speech. First, I want to thank Scotty for this chance to give you this eulogy now, so you can appreciate it. It will take me a little longer than 60 seconds, but not as long as 60 minutes. 60, yes, it's hard to believe. Look at you. You don't look like you're 60. What does 60 look like anyway? 60, not you. You are young at heart, and that pours through on the outside. I think it's starting to hit me though. 60? How many years older are you than me? You were about the same age I am now when we first met. You're 60 now. What was I thinking? Never mind, we'll get back to that. I have to say thank you to your guardian angel. Thank you for getting you this far, for getting you to 60. By the picture of you that up there, it looks like you're quite excited about this accomplishment yourself. Look back over some of the things that have happened in your life. But by the grace of God are we here. You are 60. You have been through a lot, seen a lot, done a lot, but most importantly, you lived a lot. 60 times 60 years worth of living squeezed into your mere 60 years. And thank God, 60 times 24 hours a day, times forever, you are still going strong. All along you have been a joy to the people who have crossed your path. At any age, especially approaching 60, you are a character. Pat, at 60, you are a legal senior citizen. At 60, you can look at retirement and enjoy it with your sidekick Thomas, who just idolizes you so much. He looks up to you 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour for the whole 24 hours in the day. He would give you 60 hugs and 60 kisses in 60 seconds if you challenged him. Where did your charisma start? Was it at birth 60 years ago? Or was it when you were in the service and was sent sailing into the sky when the helmet you were sitting on was struck by lightning? You are such a patriot to your country, and you are loyal to the game of baseball. You have good faith, morals, and values. Since you've met me, you also have been showing good judgment. I pray that Thomas will inherit your 60-plus good traits. One of the 60 best things I love about you is your ability to laugh at yourself. Like the many times you get miscombobulated on the highway, I found out fast why you let me do the driving. How did you ever get those papers delivered? Heck, miscombobulated on the highway, you even have gotten turned around in your own basement. You know that when I first met you some 60 times 60 something long ago, I admired you as I still do. You were somewhat puzzling, but that was another one of those 60 best things about you. Knowing the life story of Pat, some people would think that he had some hard luck times, but those times have made you 60 times 60 stronger the man that you are. How would you say it? Oh, it's built character. Another one of 60 qualities of you is the ability to not to take everything so serious. You have taught me not to sweat the small stuff. You are sensitive, but that's okay. That's a good thing at 60. You don't let anything bother you for any longer than 60 days. No, it's 60 hours. No, it's not 60 seconds. Well, let's just say you just try to brush things off in at least 60 minutes. Pat, I have thought of this before, but really appreciate these thoughts in the last 60 days or so. How lucky 60 I am. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You were just what I was looking for, and I am the luckiest girl in the whole USA. Oh, how lucky I have been to marry you. And I have Scotty to thank for that. Well, I guess for one reason or another, or maybe 60 reasons why, you just wouldn't pop that question. It's a big step to make, asking someone to marry you. I guess you were at that point in time where your kids knew best. You never did ask me. Scotty, thank you for taking control and asking me to marry your father. Pat, this brings me back to your 60 best qualities, your kids. Your kids are the greatest, and they carry a lot of you in them. At least 60 times I can say I have really appreciated Susie and Scotty in your life and mine. I have been on top of the world looking down on creation ever since Thomas has come into our lives. In just 11 years of marriage, we're grandparents to boot. What an honor. Benjamin is such a joy to be around. Wish we could see more of him. From Susie and Scotty, the extension of their family and friends, combined with our family and friends, we are so blessed and are living on cloud 60. 60, 60, 60, 60. Back to what I was thinking. Where was my head? It surely was nothing artificial. Again, 60 times 60, I was on a natural high. I was on a high in our friendship and continue to be on a high in our love. Thank you, God, for sending Pat to me. I'm singing Dixie because you're 60. 60 is nothing to get worried about, but something to get excited about. Let me tell you, a good man is hard to find, and a good husband harder yet. But I found both and married him, the best I ever met. He's given me freely the best years of his life, so I happily commit myself to being his loving wife. 60 for those who counted and didn't pay any attention to what I was saying except for counting. Pat, you may be turning 60 in a few days. It would be wonderful if I could share another 60 years of your life. Pat, you will always be, to me, forever young.
gentlemen, we have 60 minutes left.
Overwhelming that I have a family and friends like I have, and that I love, and I know they love me because of the way they treat me, especially when they can get a couple laughs. But all those stories they was telling me, it was kind of a reminder way back when I first got into AA, which is like 28 years ago. And I was going to these meetings for like 8 months, and I never had a problem. Everybody else had a problem. And I was at this one meeting, and there was 6, 7 guys there. And I accepted all the good things about myself. And I accepted all the bad things that when I thought about them, sometimes I shuddered, you know. I just want to chase them out of my mind because they were too hard or bad or something that I didn't think of. But in that process, I accepted myself. And that was the greatest gift that I ever received. And ever since that day, and by doing that, I learned to be grateful. And that in turn turned out to be a wonderful gift. And we have this Dogwood Festival every year, which is a gift of life and a gift of appreciation, because that's the meaning of it. Family and friends getting together to celebrate life. And this party is so, I just want to say a deep-hearted thank you for everything that went in, and thank each individual for you know, being you, and being part of my life, and being part of my character, and being part of me. So, you know, old friends, new friends, friends I haven't met yet, we all try to make them part of ourselves. So, that's my thank you. Now, for my amends, I'd like to have Sharon come up here, please. Sharon. By the way, I noticed we sat in these seats in Memorial Stadium on 33rd Street. I don't know who bought them for me. I think my dear wife. But in front of my witnesses, my family, Sharon, will you marry me?
Being with you gets me that way. I watch the sunlight dance across your face, and I've never been this swept away. All my thoughts just seem to settle on the breeze. from you.